To introduce our next inductee is Gary Reed, Director Emeritus from WKAR TV, AM and FM, and 2011 MAB Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Gary?
Thank you, Carol. I have to say this is a particular thrill to me, hearing Fred Jacobs, who is a dear friend and my mentor, and probably the reason I'm standing here tonight, to hear what he said about his brother Paul, and now to have the opportunity to induct a friend, a colleague, and a classmate, Steve Schram. This is an honor that is really beyond belief for me tonight. Steve Schram is the Executive Director and General Manager of Michigan Radio, WUOM, which is really the most listened to NPR station in the state. Roughly 500,000 listeners every week from their studios in Ann Arbor, through Grand Rapids, and Flint. Steve previously held positions at WOMC and WYCD in Detroit as the General Manager, and really earlier running a 7-station cluster for then Clear Channel or iHeartMedia. That included WNIC that we've already heard of here with Paul, WKQI. He also worked for WJBK Television, so he's really on both sides of the fence. Likewise, Steve also did one of the pioneers in digital media, with some time in Ohio with AOL. He started his career in Lansing at WVIC as Dr. Steve Edwards. If you'll read this, Steve, it's written in the program, so I have to say it. The good doc of rock. Sorry, my friend. Steve is past president and current treasurer of the Michigan Association of Public Broadcasters, and he's clearly on the foundation board for the MAB Foundation, and was on the MAB board of directors from 1999 to 05. He earned his BA from Michigan State, our alma mater, and was honored just a couple years ago with the Outstanding Alumni Award from the College of Communication Arts and Sciences at Michigan State. He's married to Lori, a wonderful woman. Likewise, his sons Ryan and Jamie. It is my pleasure, beyond belief, to induct for you Steve Schram. Steve?
Thank you and good evening, everyone. It's a very special evening for all of our inductees as I look around the room, and I'd like to congratulate my fellow broadcasters and friends that are being honored tonight. Congratulations to Paul Jacobs, who I have known since our beginning years of our careers in the late 1970s. We both worked for Ed Christian at WNIC. Now Paul and I have been working together during my time at Michigan Radio, along with his brother Fred, as Jacobs Media is our trusted and valued research and positioning consultant. And Paul and I also proudly serve together on the board of Greater Public, which is the premier association for public media development professionals. And I'm so pleased to see him honored here tonight. I also want to thank and welcome the president and CEO of Greater Public, Doug Eichten, who flew in from Minneapolis to honor his 2 board members tonight. So Doug, thank you and welcome. I also want to salute the induction of Paul W. Smith of News Talk 760 WJR. And Paul and I have never had the pleasure of working together, but Paul has his well-earned place in the annals of Michigan broadcasters, known by his market-leading morning show for over 20 years on WJR, and continues to be a reliable source of level-headed information and entertainment. And finally, congratulations to our Lifetime Achievement Award winner, honoree, and my friend, Julie Kane. She is a true treasure, a homegrown family broadcaster executive who has led Lenawee Broadcasting in Adrian to incredible accomplishments and has genuinely served broadcast interests in so many ways with her dedication to board assignments for the MAB and for the National Association of Broadcasters in many valuable capacities over 30 years. This is a night of celebration, but it is more important that I offer my deep thanks and appreciation for all those who have helped shape my journey and my success as a broadcaster. And please know that I absolutely embrace the term and being called a broadcaster, because that is what I have always wanted to do and to do well. None of this could happen without the support of my family. I am so blessed to have the love of my wife, my wife of 38 years, Lori, by my side through all the highs and lows that a career may bring. A career that has included roles from DJ to PD, GM to SVP, whether it be on AM, FM, or TV. It has spanned various markets and more than a few call letters over time, but she has been my constant source of inspiration and an unwavering believer in my career aspirations and never doubting that we would always succeed. My sons Ryan and Jamie are also here tonight with their wives, Jamie Kay and Megan. The boys grew up in a broadcast household and they know our industry very well through various promotion events, staff gatherings, and career advancements that took us to Milwaukee and Fort Wayne, Indiana in the earlier years before coming back home to Michigan in 1988. I thank my sons and my Schram daughters-in-law for their love and support. And also here tonight in support is my brother John Schram, another one of us in the media business in Detroit. And with him, my best friend across the decades from our campus radio days at Michigan State, Scott Westerman, and his wife Colleen. Thank you all for your support tonight. My journey has allowed me to work with so many talented people and dedicated people in broadcasting. Several of my current team from Michigan Radio, WUOM, are here this evening, along with the Chief of Staff of the U of M Department of Communications at the University, Lee Doyle. I have been proud to lead this group for over 10 years, building the most awarded NPR public radio news and information service in the state of Michigan, and we are still committed to reaching new heights of excellence in journalism. I thank my team. Prior to public media, my decades in commercial broadcasting were the foundation of my career formation. First as the nascent days as a budding top 40 radio air personality. You've already heard I was called Dr. Steve Edwards, the good Dr. Rock on WVIC in Lansing. Even before that, when I had a high school radio station that was just heard on the PA system, I was known as Roger Goodtime. I've never admitted that in public before. But then I grew to manager roles off the air. Things like music director, program director, station manager, operations manager. Next, the calling to commercial television came to WJBK TV2 in Detroit. And then, of course, as Gary mentioned, had the good fortune of managing the Clear Channel radio station cluster in Detroit and later joined CBS Radio to run their music stations and oversee the market's radio sales department. That's enough of the dossier, but those were the critical building blocks of a broadcast career that I have loved and cherished. In closing, I would like to accept this honor in memory of my mother, Joan Schram, who passed away last Monday night at the age of 86 after a brief illness. Both my mother and my late father encouraged me to follow my passion for broadcasting, even permitting me to operate a fledgling pirate AM radio station in the basement of our house when I was 14 years old. We called it WKND Radio because we operated only on the weekend, WKND. In fact, a young guy used to come over and watch us do our pirate radio station business. He was a family friend named Steve Mimnow, and he later grew up and went into radio himself, and he is known to Paul W. Smith as Steve Courtney on WJR. Back then, I was too young to be hired professionally, but I was already bitten by the bug, and my parents didn't mind that we were trying our best to emulate the pros that we heard on the air in Detroit in the 1960s. And I share this story tonight not only because the statute of limitations has run out on my infraction with my pirate radio station, but also to acknowledge the support and encouragement that we receive from others throughout our lives to pursue a career that means so much to every one of us. We are fortunate. We are broadcasters. And I am honored tonight to enter our Michigan Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Thank you for this personally impactful award, And my hearty congratulations to all of those honored here this evening. Thank you.